Okay. Wow. I can't reveal that. I can't reveal that because what this man's diet is another man's secret. Or how does that go?
We were going to talk about something related to football, weren't we?
Yes, we were. But one man's island is another. Hey, we were in the middle of. We have nothing really to hide. At least I have nothing really to hide. But we were just talking about personal diet. Personal diet, I guess you could say. I want you to know that we have a new sponsor, and we want to thank them. Alzheimer's Revisited. Okay, the name alone probably it's darn right intriguing, isn't it?
It's a bit of a mystery.
Let me tell you, Alzheimer's Revisited is for those Alzheimer victims that are at any stage of that unfortunate disease. And maybe it's not a disease. What would be the term for Alzheimer's?
I don't know. It's Alzheimer's.
It's
Everybody
Alzheimer's.
knows what it is.
Mental, whatever. It's anguish. It's pain. I don't remember if I just got slapped, but I feel something very, very. It hurts. Somebody did something to me, and I don't know how it happened because I was sitting here watching Matlock, and that's what it is. But Alzheimer's Revisited contacted me, Mickey. And they said, this is the service that we offer. Let me break it down for you.
Yeah, please.
If you have someone in your family that's an Alzheimer's victim, and you have a family that's not very sensitive to that grandma or that grandpa or that uncle or that aunt that like most Alzheimer's victims is a little bit older. The majority of Alzheimer's victims are 60 plus, I believe, and you live busy lives, folks. Because in this world we live busy lives. In this country we live busy lives for sure. Because I'm in this country, so I should know. I'm not of it. And you got people in your family. They don't want to go visit Aunt. Well, we'll say Aunt Betty. We're going to use Aunt Betty as an example. And Aunt Betty, she's walking around and she's like, am I supposed to be eating Jell-O or am I supposed to be playing shuffleboard? The poor thing, right? And you're not coming to visit her, and your mom's not coming to visit her, and your dad's not coming to visit her. Alzheimer's Revisited has a completely impressive list of actors of all shapes, sizes, and sexes that will be one of your family members. And so they have people that look like you, Mickey. They have people that look like me, and they will show love to Aunt Betty where she was not getting love before. So you call them up and you say, I want a free consultation, and you go down there, and they take this very seriously because it should be, should it not?
Certainly.
So, so you get down there and you meet with one of their counselors, and you give the basic medical background of the Alzheimer's victim that's in your family. And then they will go ahead and schedule for you a time to meet. They don't call them actors. They call them life lovers. And what they mean by they love life, so they're life lovers. And so you get to meet, let's say Sam. Let's say Sam plays your brother
give them
Joe.
some information about Aunt Betty and your relationship with Aunt Betty.
Well, that's her. No, please.
So that they know, so Sam knows what to do when he goes to visit her.
She loves knitting NFL. She loves knitting NFL sweaters for her nephews and for her 3 sons. Not my 3 sons.
Aunt Betty was a big football fan.
Yeah, isn't it great? I wish she was right. I wish she was. You're right. What does she like to do? What are her hobbies? They have to, Mickey. It's a process because you hit it. They will actually interview at least 2 members of your family that know the most about Aunt Betty and her interaction with the family members, family pictures, vacations that you attended, who she was married to, where she worked. You have to have this data, do you not?
Certainly.
And so they will go in for you, and she'll never know the difference. And these people, these life lovers, they're going to be sweet to your Aunt Betty. They're going to bring her gifts. They're going to spend time with her as much as you want, as much as you pay for. I mean, is it just me? This is a wonderful thing.
There we go, viewers. Now, it doesn't mean that you stop loving Aunt Betty, but it's just, we all have busy schedules. We've got families and children and hobbies and jobs, and you got to fix the car and give whatever is going on. And this will save you time. It'll help you to maintain your connection with Aunt Betty and keep her in touch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Okay,
They give you
call Alzheimer's Revisited.
Alzheimer's Revisited. They give you updates. They give you updates within 24 hours via phone, email, and or text on how the visit went, what she remembered, or what should I say? What she didn't remember, and what her state of mind was. Was she smiling? Did she? What ends up happening most of the time? Your nephew Mark, right? Or your nephew Bill, or your nephew Stan. She ends up liking the life lover better than she likes you. So when you feel like a schmuck because you weren't visiting her and she's getting all this attention, and it gets at your conscience and it starts eating at you, and you finally go down to see her, she's going to welcome you with open arms. And at first it's going to seem weird, but who doesn't like love? Who doesn't like affection? She's going to be like, thanks for oh yeah, sure. Thanks for bringing me and spending time with me, and the stuff that she does remember. And the day's gonna come where let's get to the eventual morta. Unfortunately, death. It's time for her but anyway. And that day's gonna come, and at least she's gonna have a peaceful, pleasant. Do you not see the natural service, the wonderful service that these Alzheimer's Revisited people are filling?
I see it. Loud and clear.
All right.
There you go.
Is this somewhere do you see any place where you might be able to use this service? Personally.
Well, with my aunts and uncles.
Really?
But isn't that exactly what it's for? Is that not exactly what it's for? I don't have to be a genius to figure out how to apply this service right. We've all got older relatives, and there you go. It'll help. It's not intended to replace your relationship with your older relatives, but just to sort of supplement it. There you
go. And that's, I didn't know that, and that's a wonderful thing. If you unfortunately have some people in your family that are suffering, they're at some stage of Alzheimer's, I'm happy to say that I think the Alzheimer's Revisited.
But that's how you would use it.
Oh, or you don't remember?
No.
You sure you don't need the service yourself?
Yeah,
Mickey,
thanks.
I promise you at this moment, if Alzheimer's Revisited is still in business, and you are contracted, I'll use that word if you're contracted with Alzheimer's at any level, I'm going to be there, first of all.
That's right. I expect you to show up. You're going to show up, Joey, and visit me in person, and bring some tapes from the old days, which is now 2013.
And I'll go, look at how funny I was. Look at how funny I was. And look what I did here. And look what I said here. And it'll be all about me. And then you'll be like, you're the same narrow-minded little twerp you were when we were doing the show. I remember that part, right?
Well, if it's captured on camera, you'd be hard pressed to sort of deny it later on.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Although you could do some Photoshop stuff.
Yeah. So when I took the tour of Alzheimer's Revisited, it was kind of an odd moment because there was a particular life lover that was coming back, and he was kind of a sandy-haired gentleman, and he was in his 30s, and I said, and the person that was giving me the tour, Tammy down there, I said, is it all right if I talk to this guy? Is that okay? There's no. She said, no, we got nothing to hide, and there's no legal problems here. And so I took him aside and I said, don't you have a hard time being happy all day long? That takes a lot of energy, does it not?
What did you say?
And you're cheerful, and you gotta, you're physically cheerful because you have a step, and you're trying to be obviously the most joyous person that you can in front of this Alzheimer's victim, and you're smiling and you're laughing, and I said, whatever they want to do, you have to do it, right? So if they're into, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. If they're into skydiving, and they're an Alzheimer's victim, and Bill is the life lover that resembles the nephew of this Alzheimer's victim, well, he's going to have to go skydiving. And you know what he said to me?
You mean with the person with Alzheimer's?
Yes. Yes. Because whatever their hobby is, Mickey, whatever their...
Where there's a will, there's a relative. And in other words, it can be done.
Mickey, you got to play the part. It's almost like Fantasy Island, you got off the plane and Mr. Rourke said to Tattoo, oh, that is the great NFL analyst, Mickey Spinozzi, and he has come to Fantasy Island to relive his fantasy of playing with Sid Luckman from the 1947 Chicago Bears. You have to play that role as well as you can. I mean, it's like, you're going after an Oscar performance. I mean, I can't state it any more strongly than that. So Bill said to me, the first thing I got to tell you is I love Aunt Betty a hell of a lot more than I love my real aunt. I mean, I love going to see her, and I'm getting paid for it at the same time, and I feel good about me. I've got a girlfriend again. My kids talk to me. I had to make a living pretending I was happy, but then I just decided it's easier to just be happy.
Is this ever going to end? Okay, let's give a final plug for Alzheimer's Revisited and just bring this to a merciful close.
I'm not finished.
Okay, go on.
If you have any comments.
That was my comment.
That was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Go on.
The thing about Alzheimer's Revisited is you can call them at 8100-I-REMEMBER, and that's 1-800-I-REMEMBER.
I-R-E. Just like he said. Go for it.
And if you're like me, you probably have trouble spelling remember. So you're not sure if you're going to get the number, but it's 1-800-REMEMBER. For those of you from the southern states, it's not remember and it's not remember. The word is remember. Okay? So 1-800-IREMEMBER. You call them up, you're going to talk to a live counselor. They're going to go ahead and set up an appointment, usually face-to-face, if they can. They serve the entire 48 states, and corporate headquarters are in the Quad Cities area, so they take care of the entire Quad Cities area. That is Moline, Bettendorf, Silvis, Rock Island, and Davenport. And that's an area that I'm familiar with because that's where I grew up. And if it's good enough, if the Quad Cities area is good enough for a company or a service, I should say, like Dan Aykroyd, the male prostitute, on Saturday Night Live, a skit that he did. Well, it's obviously good enough for Alzheimer's Revisited for them to put their corporate headquarters. And it's all about service. And so, hopefully in the further shows, Tammy hasn't promised me, but she said it would be a good idea for us to actually talk to some of the Alzheimer's victims. And if they can remember to come to the studio at the time that we want to have them on the show, then that's aces, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
quite surprising.
but it's 1-800-I-REMEMBER. It's Alzheimer's Revisited, not visited because you might forget. So it's Alzheimer's Revisited. Let's look at this again. I have this loved one. They're an Alzheimer's victim. I got too busy of a life. I'm making excuses. Let's be honest with ourselves. Come on, take a minute, be honest with yourself. You're not visiting them. You're not doing what you should do. You're not giving them the attention that they need in their twilight years or whatever it is, so to speak. And they deserve some attention, and they deserve somebody to show up and say, whether you remember me or not, I'm your nephew, and you used to make cookies for me, and now I'm worried about my college and my girlfriend and trying to get money from mom and dad to pay for medical marijuana. But I'm going to hire this schmuck from Alzheimer's Revisited, and he's going to come. So, Alzheimer's Revisited.